Yo, everybody, how we doing today? My name is Antonio Prado with Pre-Viral Gaming, and today we're gonna play some indie games and chill. So that is the plan. We might be talking to another streamer later tonight, assuming she gets on. Before the stream ends, her name's Woken and Token. You guys should definitely check her out, but I have a gut feeling that it might not happen tonight, it might happen a little bit later. Yo, Ted, what's up, dude? How's it going? But yeah, the plan for today, just play some indie games. I'm really feeling some Moonlighter tonight. No cap. But how you doing, Ted? How are we doing today? I'm doing pretty solid. Work was pretty good today. I found a cat claw. Cat claw? I actually don't know what the tool's called anymore. I'm now doubting myself. Cat's paw. Yeah, okay. Or cat's claw. Whatever. I found one of these at work today, so I'm hyped. I'm gonna use it for something. Not really sure what yet. What am I gonna play? Okay, Buddha, here's the thing. I'm really thinking I'm gonna play Moonlighter, because I played the shit out of that yesterday. And the day before. Like, since you bought it for me, I've been playing it pretty fucking consistently. It's a good ass fucking game. It is a good ass fucking game. It's honestly better than it should be. Like, let's see how many hours I've put into it thus far. I've already put 6 hours into it. Don't you right? I did do that. Remember how I told you that that's easily going to be 10 hours of my life? I foresee this easily being 30 hours of my life now. It's so good. This is what I love about this game, okay? This game should have made a larger impact on the roguelike scene, because this game gave you so much context as to why you were playing the roguelike element and giving you a reason to do it. Like, you have a store you have to keep running and a town to revitalize. That's why you're doing it. You're not just doing it so then you get better and get better at killing shit. Like, it incentivizes you so well, and incentivizes you not only with lore, but with an alternate gameplay loop to play outside of the roguelite element. How far have you gotten into it though? So I actually haven't gotten very far. I have only gotten to the 3rd level of the Golem dungeon. And I think there's 4 levels in each dungeon, if I'm not mistaken. So I still have not completed the first one yet. But I have purchased the wooden hat. I've purchased the blacksmith. I upgraded everything in my shop by 1 level, and I've also increased the shop as well by 1 level. So I've been spending a shitload of money, and making a shitload of money. I actually find that gameplay loop of selling and buying way more fascinating than the actual combat. You should stream The Last of Us 2 and 1. Those are good games. So I tried playing the first one. The story on it is actually fucking phenomenal. I hate the fucking combat in the first Last of Us. I despise it. It's so bad. It is such a poor design choice. Like, it was obviously intentionally chosen because it makes every combat situation significantly more stressful, which definitely is good for the game. But the problem is, it feels so gross that I just don't want to play it. That's why I didn't finish the first Last of Us. I got maybe like 75% of the way through the game and eventually just uninstalled it because the combat just fucking sucks. I hate to break it to you. And then they kept the same fucking combat in the second one. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. It only works for Uncharted because Uncharted does not live or die off of its combat. Because hypothetically, you could play the whole game without any combat. Last of Us, you do not have that luxury. Last of Us expects you to fight and forces you to fight. It feels so wonky, bro. It feels terrible. Fucking terrible. Which is why I don't like it. I don't like the combat. I love the story, though. Honestly, if I could find a YouTube video with just the cutscenes and moments of dialogue, I would fucking watch that shit so many times. Because that's why everybody plays the game. It's kind of like Infinite. Bioshock Infinite. People played Bioshock Infinite for its story, even though its combat was so inferior to the other two Bioshocks. It really was. It did not feel great to actually fight in. It didn't feel as good as the other two. But its story was so fucking good. And again, I did not finish that game either. For the combat. Like, if there are elements of the game that are just so brutal to play that it ruins my enjoyment of what the game is actually offering me, I'm not gonna play it. I know, but the story, but the combat, but the game. Like, the story is an element of a game. The game is more than just the story. And the game didn't feel good to play. Like, if I wanted the story, I would watch a movie or read a book. But I want the story because I want to interact with the story. That's what the game. That's what a game is. A game is an interaction of the story, and if the interaction of the story doesn't feel good, you've lost it. That's just the cold hard truth with video games, is that the interaction of the game has to be good. Okay, I've heard great things about Dying Light. Is it not a PlayStation 3 title? Am I thinking of the right game? The one with like the monkey pilot and like the space crew? Isn't that Dying Light? Because if that's the case, I'm almost positive that's a PlayStation game that has not... The PlayStation 3 game that has not been ported over to the PlayStation 4 yet, has it? Dying Light is for PlayStation 4. Cool. I'll look into it. I probably won't play it on the PlayStation 4 though. I've been playing less and less on my PlayStation 4. Not really sure as to why. I think it's because I have more enjoyable game. No, it's not even that. Because I have fucking great ass games on the PlayStation. I'm not really sure why. It's a parkour zombie game. Oh, Dying Light is the one. Yeah, and it's getting a sequel this year, isn't it? Or is it next year? It's getting a sequel soon. I know what game we're talking about. Fuck. Yeah. Maybe the game I was thinking of that was in space, it's a PlayStation 3 title, was Beyond Good and Evil. It's a parkour zombie game. I've actually never played a zombie game other than the Black Ops series of COD. I don't really care much for zombie games, but I'll try it. Eventually. I probably won't even go on the wish list, to be completely honest, because zombie games turn me off that much. Like, I don't know. Look up the gameplay. Beyond Good and Evil is for PlayStation 2, I believe, and is getting a sequel soon. Okay, so it was PlayStation 2. I can't remember which older console it was, but I remember that the Beyond Good and Evil did really well, but didn't get a PlayStation 4 port, which blew my mind. But I'm probably not going to play Beyond Light. I'm going to be completely honest. Dying Light. Sorry, not Beyond Light. Dying Light. Zombie games are like OG looter shooters, but without the loot. And it's just like one of those games. Like, they all feel like just like one of those games. That's why Days Gone didn't do great, is because like the zombie formula really isn't great. Like, fighting hordes gets old really quick. Can I send you this playlist? Hell yeah, dude. Here. Let's see. Share. Copy playlist link. Where are you on Discord? You messaged me not too long ago. You should be here somewhere. There you are. I'm pretty sure this is you. This is the only Ted that I have in chat, so I'm almost positive it's you. Yeah, this is you. Dying Light is a looter shooter, but like, is it an actual looter? Because like, zombie games never hit the looting part super well. Like, zombie games always nailed the shooter part, but they never had like actual loot. You know? Like, the amount of loot in those games was always super minimal because it also has to fit the post-apocalyptic theme. Okay, I'll have to look it up. And even then, looter shooters aren't up my alley. The Division 2 is the only looter shooter that I actually like play super consistently. And even the consistency on that is pretty fucking low. Dying Light is a weird mix of things. Since movement is parkour based, has a crafting system, and a day and night cycle. Okay, the day and night cycle makes sense because zombies. The parkour, I don't know how I feel about. The crafting system, did they nail the crafting system? Or is the crafting system like... Is it like, fuck, what has a crafting system that didn't do well? I wouldn't know because I don't play those kinds of games. Fuck. Crafting. What game do I have that has crafting that actually didn't do crafting well? I need to uninstall Dungeon Defenders. That game wasn't great. I do not have any games that have a really bad crafting system. Man, I must have a refined palate. But Skyrim crafting isn't ass. It's just there. Because there's nothing wrong with the crafting. That's the thing. Like, that's probably like the one thing that Skyrim actually didn't do terrible on. Was the crafting. Mainly for healing items, weapons, and mods for those weapons. Okay. But yeah, I cannot say... I'm not willing to say that Skyrim's modding... not modding. Crafting is ass. It's there. But it's like you don't use it. Yeah, like the game doesn't encourage you to use it, but that doesn't make it a bad system. Because when you use it, it's fucking broken. Like, it's like if you make a blacksmith in fucking Skyrim, you're fucking cracked. You'll be getting glass armor long before you discover any quest lines that give it to you. You can make ebony armor long before you even see any sort of ebony outside of the companion's quest line. Like the crafting isn't bad. It's fucking overpowered as sin, but it's not bad. The game just doesn't incentivize you to use it, unlike it incentivizing you to use sneak and magic. Plus, you had a level system with a skill tree. Yeah, okay, that's another thing Skyrim nailed. I think their skill tree was really good. Nope, I take that back. It's okay. No, hold on. Let me think about this more. I like the perks of the skill tree. I like the number of skill trees. I don't like how easy it is to complete the skill trees. Three skill trees which are leveled up by different actions. Wait, are we talking about Skyrim or are we talking about the zombie game still? Because Skyrim definitely has way more than 3. Skyrim has like 12? Right? Yeah, it's 12. It's always been 12. Oblivion had 12 as well, right? It was like a Dying Light. Okay. So I'm pretty sure Oblivion and Skyrim kept the 12 skill trees like a play off of D&D. That was really hard to remember. Dying Light has 4. Guns? Crafting? Parkour? What the fuck would the 4th one be? Guns? Crafting? Parkour? Oh, the DLC adds one. Okay. It's very good. I don't doubt that it's a good game. It's lasted for fucking ever. Driving, gotcha. It's just not my kind of game. Like, The Division is literally the only... The Division and Borderlands 2 are the only looter shooters that I've ever paid for. The only other looter shooter that I've played that I didn't pay for was actually two. Defiance, which I didn't play a whole lot of, and Destiny 2, which I also didn't play a whole lot of. Looter shooters are definitely not up my alley. Just not. Never really cared much for that whole formula of min-maxing. Min-maxing I do not find as an enjoyable gameplay loop. Because min-maxing is the same reason why I don't care much for... Where'd it go? Dungeon Defenders 2, wherever that game went. Dungeon Defenders 2. I don't like min-maxing because it doesn't require player skill. 100% meant to be co-op. 100%. It's a co-op PvE experience to make you and your friend feel badass. Other than that, it's not really a great gameplay loop. Because, again, min-maxing takes little to no skill. And that's not appealing to me. Most of the games that I play and greatly enjoy require some amount of skill. If there is no skill involved, it's a purely co-op experience. Like Deep Rock. Like... Fuck, what game do I have that requires no skill? Deep Rock... No Man's Sky. Terraria. And that's it. Unturned. All live or die off their co-op experience. Need you to be smart about your builds, but you don't even need to be smart about your builds. That's the thing about min-maxing. Because with your builds, you could literally just fucking Google that shit. Like, there isn't a legitimate amount of skill in min-maxing. Hate to break it to you. Like, min-maxing, the only skill that it takes is having the patience to fucking farm that shit. Other than that, min-maxing takes little to no skill. I hate to break it to you. It's like Magic. Magic the Gathering, right? Magic the Gathering requires more skill, right? Because you have to know... No, I would take that... No. Magic the Gathering requires more skill because of the random element of the game. But in regards to building a deck, building a Magic the Gathering deck takes just as much skill as min-maxing. Little to none. Ollie Ollie is a fun arcade skating game that is a great time killer. I might have to look it up. I love skating. What's the fun in that, though? That's the thing. It isn't fun. That's the problem with min-maxing, is that it will ultimately lead to you Googling it. Like, min-maxing forces you to do that at some point. Dude, skating is a great fucking time. That's why I got the fucking longboards. I missed it too over the winter. But now it's sunny out again, so hopefully Savannah and I can go out skating some more. But yeah, no, min-maxing in its most ideal state will eventually force you to Google the top tier builds. It just will. Like, eventually you're gonna have to rely on the wiki for a min-max build. That is just the nature of min-maxing. I have Steep and I've never played it. Ooh, I tapped my mic. My sister loved the shit out of Steep. Is it good? Like, really good? I'm half tempted to change out my still background for an animated one. I have an animated one. I just took it off to conserve GPU. It's a very good game. I'll try it out eventually. I have it on my PlayStation 4. I'll probably end up playing it with my brother. That was not what I wanted. How do I delete this? Add media source. Moving background. Okay. Loop. Whoopsies. Okay, let me try switching scenes. Yeah, nothing seems to be lagging. I guess I'll keep the animated background then. Cool, cool. Alright, what did you guys say while I was doing that? Unless you play like me where min-max mean nothing compared to have lots of HP. Funny thing is that you'll get angry with this war of mine. Don't say that. I get angry at so many games already, Buddha. It's not even funny. I'm surprised I haven't raged at Moonlighter yet, though. That I'm genuinely impressed with, because I'm, like, normally bad at video games. But I have not raged in it yet. Yeah, but Buddha, you literally just go into shit and, like play the HP game. Like, that's it. You see shit that deals damage, you're like, fuck you, I have more HP than you. And it's literally like watching paint dry. And guessing which paint dries faster. Why am I getting... They're similar. Oh, shit. And my birthday is October 22nd. So, not anytime soon at all. What do you mean they're similar? I remember watching some War of Mine gameplay, and I remember it looking more like, fuck, what's the point and click adventure it reminded me of? Yeah, but I think the only games where you, like, actually, like, min-max that you personally enjoy a lot is the Monster Hunter series, is it not? Or am I wrong? But I can't think of the point and click adventure that I was thinking of that is similar to this War of Mine. I had to close all of my notifications on Discord. I say similar, and that that's the only the only similarity is that they're similar. I guess it's the same amount of similarities as most JRPGs have. Fuck, JRPGs and real genre changed my mind. Dude, I live for fucking hot takes. Fucking live for them, dude. Oh, gee whiz. How long have I been up for? Only 30 minutes. Jeez, why did I already yawn? Shouldn't be yawning yet. I'm stronger than this. Let me boost my own algorithm real quick and like my video on my main YouTube account. This is what I hate about fucking YouTube mobile. Monster Hunter, I don't really do the HP strat. I memorize attack patterns and read the monster and dodge before they attack me or do damage. Yeah, you basically play it the same way you play Dark Souls. But dude, what I was gonna say about YouTube mobile is that YouTube mobile, it looks so fucking good compared to how it looks on a fucking PC if I pull up the same stream. Like, look at how good this look. You can't see it past the reflection. Fuck, I don't know, but it looks hella good is what I'm trying to say. And then when I pull it, like, if I were to pull it up on YouTube on my PC, like, all of a sudden it just goes to shit. Well, not really shit, but like, it just doesn't look nearly as good. If it loads. Yeah, see, it doesn't even pull it up in 1080p originally. It starts at 360. Holy fuck. And even in 1080, it still doesn't look that good. Like, that's so disappointing. Why can't it look as good as it does on mobile? Can I like my own video? I can like my own video. Like, you know how disappointing that is? So disappointing. So disappointing. Okay. Let me close it on my fucking phone because I don't need it there. I should plug my phone in and then I gotta charge my headphones later. Dude, I got these headphones. So, okay. 2 different rants. One, I got these headphones. They have a 14-hour battery life. I fucking love them. For work, they're phenomenal because I can listen to shit on the way to work and I can listen to the same shit at work without there being any, like, gaps between anything, and on the drive back home. Like, I can, like, constantly listen to it without any interruptions. Rant number 2. It's fucking dumb that everybody's so fascinated with the fucking AirPod form factor of headphones. They have short battery lives. 6 hours is nothing. 5 hours is nothing. That's not even a full shift at work. So you mean to tell me I gotta sit there for fucking 3 hours if I got a 5-hour battery life? And, like, fucking listen to nothing? Bitch, please. I could pay half as much to get a fucking cable and 2-ass batteries to get 14 hours. Let me get the 14. But no, everybody wants the fucking form factor of not having the batteries or the cable. Instead, they'd rather have the form factor of a case that they have to carry around everywhere. Bitch, fucking please. You cannot convince me the case is more convenient than fucking that wraps around your neck like a necklace. I am so sorry. But you cannot convince me that having to put an additional something in your damn pockets is better than having the fucking cable. Sorry, can't. That is a hard ass fucking sell. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. AirPods aren't great. They're not. And Apple has never ever made good earbuds. I will die on that hill. They leak so much sound. So much sound. It's incredible how much sound they leak. It's not even fucking funny. They leak so much. And, like, that's not a great experience. Everybody's all like, whoa, they just turn up the music. No, like, leaking sound, like, genuinely hurts the audio quality. And then I'll hear people come at me with that, well, open back headphones leak sound. Open back headphones are a fucking premium. Okay? They're acoustically designed to be open back and still have phenomenal fucking sound. The reason open back headphones exist is so then you can basically rap, sing, whatever, be in a studio, and not necessarily require a monitor because you can hear shit that's going on around you. Because sometimes monitors are delayed. And that shit sucks. When a monitor is delayed, it is the worst fucking thing on the planet. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are not music fanatics, a monitor is a playback when you're, like, performing. So it's the playback. So, like, your vocalist, your guitar, like, if I was a drummer, right? So for me, my 2 guitarists, my vocalist, my keyboard, and my synth players would all come through my headphones via a monitor, right? Yo, wait, was that a dono? Yo, thank you for the $5. Spitting facts as usual, dude. I rarely spit facts, bro. I only choke on them actually. Thank you, HV, for the $5. Super appreciate it. How you doing, my mans? Actually, I need to ask you some questions while I have you here. Can you design websites? Cause I'm starting a gaming lounge, and one of my business partners said they had a graphic designer, and I said, fuck you, we're using the same graphic designer that I've been using. So yeah, do you make websites at all? Cause yeah, I'm gonna need that if you're able to. Not really, I just started learning it. Well, good for you. You have anywhere between 8 to 10 months to actually be recruited to build it. But I just want to know whether or not you do or don't. Because if you do, you got 8 to 10 months to learn how to do it like a fucking pro, which I have full belief in, because you said you weren't very good at pixel art, and holy shit, Bunny's pixel art shit that you did for him look fucking phenomenal. For the moment, just logo design and brand identity design. Okay, cool. Well, I will probably reach out to you in another 4 months or so to double check if you're doing it. If not, I will pay you to still interact with the web design, because you and I have at least a similar vision in regards to brand and in regards to brand identity design. So I would like you to work with whoever I hire to actually make the website. So yeah, I'll keep you in the loop on that. Yeah, for sure. We got a lot of time. We'll touch base later. But yeah, what was I saying again? Monitors. Yeah, so like monitors are super helpful, but if that shit's fucking delayed, it hurts your fucking soul, dude, because then it slows you up. It makes you trip over whatever you're saying, whatever you're hearing. It's fucking devastating. That's where the open back headphones come in. Touching tips. Dude, I'm always touching my tips. I like log into my PayPal and I just like palm my monitor to touch my tips. But how you doing, Ricky? How goes it? How freaking goes it? So you playing League with Andres still, even though he has like a ping of 10 trillion. Dude, my brother's ping is fucking ridiculous. He lives out in the boonies, right? So he'll play League of Legends with like 200 ping, or he'll play Val with like 160. It's the fucking worst thing on the planet. I don't know how he plays it. Imagine being in California and still getting that high of a ping off a California server. A 40-minute game? That is so long, dude. At least you won it. Dude, honestly, like, when I played League, anything up to 45, like, from 30 to 45 minutes was a long-ass fucking game, right? But then once it hit, like, anything over 45 minutes, dude, I was ready to just fucking lose. I never wanted to play League for that long. It's not fun playing League for that long. It's so painful. It's brutal. It's just not even fun. It's just not even fun. Really isn't. League is not made to be played for that long. I wonder how long League matches last on mobile. Because if it's the same map, isn't it still a 30-minute game? But the fun comes when you clutch. But you know how not fun it is to keep trading deaths and being dead for 2.5 minutes at a time? Just not fun anymore. Playing Master Yi for 40 minutes. Master Yi, dude, is such a bitch to play against. It's not that he's like a good champ. Is that he's annoying to play against because of his fucking Q. His Q is so dumb. I hate it. I hate his Q so much. It's like playing against Teemo. Master Yi and Teemo, same thing. It's the same fucking thing. It's so fucking annoying. No difference, but thank God they got rid of the crit Master Yi build, because holy fuck was that cancerous. That was the fucking worst. That was fucking terrible. That is something I will gladly admit to. It was absolutely fucking terrible to play against the Crit Master E. So I did a thing with my shoes, actually. So I've had these Vans for like 4 years, right? And they were starting to fall apart. And I was like, okay, well, if they're starting to fall apart finally, I'll make them my hipster Vans, right? And I want to like get some bleach and like on a paintbrush and like splatter some bleach on them, right? But then I was like, how am I going to fix the parts that are falling off? And I read this book on how Donald Trump basically like stole the election, right? Via his persuasion. And I decided I'd copy him and I'd put red duct tape on my shoes. Okay. The reason I did that is people will remember me now for my red duct taped shoes more than they'll remember me. So if they ever catch me on the streets, they'll be like, oh shit, you're the motherfucker with the red duct tape Vans. And then I'll always be able to use them for something else. I mean, what can I do? I'm trying to carry with Zed. 1v9 is literally impossible, so you use the go. Dude, but so... no, Olaf's not a hard carry. Yeah, no, you're right. He's definitely a better pick for 1v9. You right. You right. I'm kind of mad that you're right, but you right. But yeah, I got red duct tape Vans so people can remember me. I got duct tape on the heels, so if people catch me from behind, they know it's me. And then I got it on the front, so then people also know it's me still. Big brain, yeah, dude, actual big brain. Imagine me using my shoes to brand myself a little extra so people remember who I am. I'm gonna take over the world, dude. It's one of the ballsiest things I'll probably ever say, but I'll take over the world. I foresee it. I foresee myself taking over the world. I think I could do it. I genuinely believe I could take over the world. If I really wanted to take over the world, I think I could do it. I'll get canceled for being the fucking Antichrist. Just fucking watch. Man, I was thinking I was just gonna go straight into the Moonlighter, but I'm definitely enjoying this just chatting. Honestly, just chatting is my favorite part of every stream. If I could do this for more than a third of every stream, I'd be so happy. The problem is, I don't always have people to chat with, and so I don't want to try to keep a conversation with them by myself for 2 hours at a time. Instead, I'd rather keep a game and like talk every once in a while I'm playing the game. In between mass focusing. So, eventually what I need to do is I need to call in some favors that I've gotten in from networking and just be like, hey, we should stream together, kind of a thing, and see how it works. That's what I really need to do. I need a streaming partner, because fuck, streaming by yourself is so hard. And even though I like talk a lot and I like the sound of my own voice and like I can really talk about anything for a decent amount of time, it's so taxing and it hurts my brain eventually. Or I'll just get bored of myself. And that's no fun. Exactly, HV. It really does. But not only that, I feel like you can get a lot more quality content out of just chatting compared to any other streaming genre. I don't even know what category, I guess. I don't fucking know what to call it. But yeah, I feel like you have significantly more control over your content as well, right? Because you could literally plan out an entire just chatting session to make the entire stream enjoyable. You cannot do that with a game. Okay, good, as long as you get it. Because, fuck, I didn't know what to say. But yeah, if a streamer can't hang out and just chatting for any period of time, they're going to fail. They're just going to. It means that their personality isn't very strong. Which, sure, they can make their entire brand off of skill. But the problem with that is that anybody can develop skill. Not everybody can have the same personality. That's the game breaker. Personality. Game changer, sorry. Personality is what makes or breaks a streamer. And sometimes you don't have to have a lot. Eco doesn't really have a lot of personality. But he has just enough to distinguish himself from the other Valorant players. Same with Tens. Tens does not have a lot of personality. He's a very quiet, soft-spoken, meek, to himself dude. But he has just enough. You really only have to have just enough. What is that just enough? You'll never know unless you let the market taste and decide. Oh, a shitload of luck. But this is one thing I've realized. This is a little bit of a tangent, but it'll come full circle. I've realized that the streaming community is the most ignorant community I've ever seen, because none of them realize that streaming is the same thing as being a sole proprietor in a business. And every business owner knows. Every business owner you talk to, any entrepreneur outside of streaming, will tell you that luck is a huge factor. Because it is. But streamers don't like to acknowledge that. I don't know why. Luck plays a huge part in any business. It's just the way things are. And you just got to get over it. Now, you can still build something and be able to utilize luck. That's what salespeople do, right? Like, let's take a telemarketer. The entirety of a telemarketer's success is entirely predicated off of luck. How do you increase the odds? By making sure you give luck an opportunity to show up. That's what successful people do. Successful people don't just try once and hope that luck shows up. They keep doing shit over and over and over again, and keep trying new things over and over and over again, waiting for luck to show up. And when it does show up, they grab it by the horns. Like, HV, you and I, for example, what are the chances that I just happened to follow Dinner almost 2 years ago and saw that he did your logo for you and then reached out to you? And then not only that, what are the chances that after you did my logo, I decided to come to you again to do my stream overlays? Because there's other people out there. You know how many DMs I get of just random fucking graphic designers that are all like, hey, if you need anything that a graphic designer can do, just let me know. Okay? I got better rates than your guy. Fuck off. Right? There's always competition. Like, there is so much luck involved. But you gave yourself plenty of opportunities for it to keep showing up. And that's how you win. How lucky did you have to be that I was going to refer you? Referrals are entirely based off luck. Because one, I have to know somebody that needs your service. Two, I have to remember to recommend your service. Three, I have to be talkative enough to even recommend services to people. Exactly. Most of everything in business is entirely predicated off of luck. But streamers won't recognize that. Instead, streamers will be like, well, I worked hard for this. No, I mean, so did other people. But, like, you still got lucky. Acknowledge what needs to be acknowledged. I hate to break it to you, but you just need to. Or else you're tooting your own horn and you're making yourself seem cooler than you actually are. Yeah, but I keep showing up to get that luck. Exactly. You just gotta keep showing up. That's all it's about. The game is not about winning. The game is about showing up. The game is about making sure that you have an opportunity to find a player to go up at bat. The game is about registering for more games. That's the game. The game is not the at bat. The game is everything leading up to and preceding that at bat. That's the game. The game is... People just don't understand the game anymore. And it's sad because the game is a beautiful thing. Well, no, I shouldn't say people. I should just say streamers. Gamers and streamers are the only people that do not understand the game. But it's just because it's a new industry. And because it's a new industry, a lot of people who do not have business experience are going into it. Again, that's fine. But that's what we're seeing. That is just what we are seeing. Alright. Should I actually play a game now? I don't know. I don't know. I really like that talk, but now I'm out of things to say. I'm out of other tangents to go on, which is okay. I don't think there's anything bad about that, right? Bro, I ship your the samurai cut looks so good, dude. Okay, so this isn't the first time I've had like this whole like man bun samurai look, right? Fucking, I had it back in 2017. Back in 2017, actually, it was just the year of 2017. I didn't have it going into 2018. And it was cool. I liked it, right? I had fun with it, and I eventually cut it, right? But then I started dating my girlfriend Savannah, right? And fuck, starting last year, like when COVID hit, I was like, hey, I'm gonna grow out a man bun. She's like, no, you can't have a man bun. I was like, but I really want. No, it's gonna look bad. You can't have it. I was like, no, I really want one again, right? And so what I did, this was sneaky. Okay, this was really sneaky. Is I kept going to the barber, but it was just less often. And then at one point, right, I was just like, hey babe, just trim the sides for me, right? I'm really liking the length it's at right now, all right? And so she trimmed my sides for me, and then I just let this go, right? Because she just trimmed the sides. And then I was able to bun it, right? And then I was like, well, what are you gonna do now? I got the man bun, and now she likes it. She didn't trust me initially, but eventually I got it. Eventually I got it. It's all about the long cons, baby. But yeah, I'm glad you like to hear it, because I like it too. I like it too. Dude, actually, talking about things that I like, I fucking love the ending screens. The ending and starting screen that you did for Bunny, for his YouTube videos. They look so fucking good. And the fact that you included all the characters that show up in his scenes on stream, fucking brilliant. Brilliant. It was so good. It looked so good. Phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. What was I gonna play again? Moonlighter. I need a controller. was fucking phenomenal, bro. It was 10 out of 10. Would recommend. It looked hella good. Alright, I'm plugged in. Actually, let me double check my scenes real quick. Yeah, no lag. Cool. Cool. As long as there's no lag. I may mute my stream music depending on how loud the music in game is, because I really love this game's music. It's so good. It's like actually phenomenal. Oof, this game's fucking loud. That could potentially become an issue. I didn't realize how loud this game was. Well, I might turn down the volume. Let me know if the volume's actually as loud as it looks like it is. Because on my bars, it's fucking loud. And if it's louder than me, that's definitely an issue. I can't have that. I am the center of attention here, okay? I cannot afford to have music louder than me. Do I have anything like worth selling? Oh wait, we might not actually play. Where did I just get added from? Oh, you plugged me. Thanks, bro. I appreciate the plug. You're a legend. Absolute fucking legend. Okay. Do I have... I do not. Oh. I will go on one more dungeon run. But I definitely have enough to actually open up shop and sell. I'm pretty damn close. Oh, hey, Sasha. How are you doing? Okay. Ah! Oh, I'm so pro. Did you see it? Did anybody catch those dodging fucking skills right there, dude? I'm like the fucking best. The literal best. I'm actually gonna turn this down. I can barely think. The volume's so loud, actually. I think it's just the music that's really loud. Cool, I got all the loot. Yeah, I think it's just the music, so all options. Oh shit. Nope, bitch, you are not taking that. That's mine. It's good? Cool. I'm glad the volume's good. I still had to turn it down though for my own sake. Oof, I walked right fucking into that. Oh, that's a note. From the wear of the bodies, I should have guessed these golems have been fighting here for centuries. Whatever power supplies them, it must be darn near infinite. It's like the whole plot line of Lost Empire of Atlantis from Disney. I think it was. I'm pretty sure that was a Disney movie. I'm almost positive that was a Disney movie. With Milo and Kita. I'm like 100% positive that was a fucking Disney movie. I just watched it too. I'm pretty sure this is a Disney movie. Alright. I really thought that thing was gonna turn and face and then just fuck me up. Yeah! Begone, Satine! Welcome, guys, to the stream. I appreciate you guys stopping by. How are you guys' days going thus far? I hope you're doing things that are enjoyable. Why do our tools keep disappearing? Chambers full of precious stone are left untouched, but rooms and chests holding our most basic tools keep vanishing. I don't know what to tell you, bud. Maybe you should have locked your tools up. Oh, I'm just better, dude. I played Dark Souls. Okay, I'm just the best at video games. Slime is OP. Dude, that slime fucking scares me, man. It's so fast. Alright. Let's see. What is in my inventory that I don't want to keep? So basically how this game works is you go through the dungeon crawler aspect of the game to then, I don't need more of this. To then collect the materials to then sell in your shop to be fucking successful ass capitalist. And I love this gameplay loop. It's so fucking cool. Oh shit, that's a mimic. I wasn't even paying attention. It moves so fast, bro. Why did it move so fucking fast? That was a fast-ass mimic. Okay. Cool. What's in this chest? Goodies. I don't want this whetstone. I definitely don't want the twigs. Twigs don't sell for much. This doesn't sell for much. Honestly, this doesn't... Actually, how much do these broken swords sell for? Only 80? I already have 4 of them. I don't necessarily need more. Destroys... Oh. Yeah, we'll put that there. What does this do? Destroys... Destroys and destroys. Okay. So keep those on the outside, I guess. How much do these sell for? 100? 100. I should probably start selling those for more. Oh, those only sell for 25 each? I might just not take them. What is this game called? It's called Moonlighter. It's a hella cool little indie game. It's on sale right now for like $5, I believe. Don't worry about it. Take all the time you need. I'm streaming right now anyhow, so I can stall for time. Looks like we're going to be meeting with Woken today, guys. You're really going to like Woken. Woken's hella cool. For those of you that have Discord communities, I strongly recommend that you guys stay for this. Strongly recommend it. She's going to give you so much good advice. I need empowering crystals to enchant my weapon. Have not seen any of those. Oh, wait, yes, I have. But those seem to be really hard to find, and they do not seem to be in chests. Wait, these things, right? No, that's crystallized energy. I have not seen an empowering crystal, have I? Oh, wait. No, I find these all the fucking time. You kidding me? They sell so well, too. I didn't mean to heal. Ooh, that shit just knocked items out of my inventory. That's actually kind of scary. Okay. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. So what I'm putting them into is this little mirror that turns items into a small amount of gold. I do not think it actually sells for its retail value, right? So I'm pretty sure I'm losing money putting it in there than I would be getting if I sold it in my shop. But I do have limited inventory space. So because of that, I need to be mindful of what I keep. Because I can't keep everything. I don't have the inventory space for it. Ooh, okay. So that's why I'm selling the things of low value. Because I don't want it to take space for higher income items. Cause I'm all about making that dough, bro. Ah, the jellies! Oh, by the way, that little thing that's shooting that stream, that's fucking water. Water in this game is fucking OP as shit. I'm gonna... Ooh, this is a little tricky. I now have a full inventory, so either I could stay and beat the boss. What the hell is this doing? Why is this red? I don't know why I'm holding on to this. I can't stack these. These are not valuable to me in the slightest. I don't know what is causing this square to blink red. I think my game might be bugged, but it shouldn't be blinking at all. Have you seen the new map in Valorant, by the way? No, I have not. It releases today, doesn't it? Did they end up releasing a new gun as well, or did they pass up the gun? Because I remember seeing YouTube videos saying that they leaked, that they leaked a new gun. Seems like it may have been a peaceful place at one time. Now it's just a graveyard full of stone soldiers waiting for scavengers. Huh. Ooh, that dealt a lot of damage. Oh, fuck. That red slime really slowed me down. It slows me down so much. I'm taking so much damage from this fucking slime. No, give me the third hit. Ah, fuck, no. Good thing I have these extra potions that I found. Oh, I definitely want this. What even is... How much does this even sell for? Like 100? I don't want this here. I can have a much more valuable item up there. Also, there is a in-game economy in this. So like if I oversaturate the market with certain items, the townspeople will remember that. And they'll react accordingly. It's actually pretty sweet. You've only seen the map? Okay. Then it's probably just the map. Because I have no idea what new gun they would even add if the supposed leaks were true. But I am excited to see a new map. I saw the mini-map for the new map before it was released, and it looks fucking awesome. So I'm excited. I missed a door. I'm really excited about that map. I'm going to definitely be playing the shit out of it. Oh. Nope. I definitely took damage. Okay, I have all the water I can carry. Funny thing is... Katsuki. Katsuki, what have you done? What have you done, Katsuki? You're on the wrong account. Funny thing is, game is similar to... I don't know how to say that, and I've never seen that title before. Yeah, you fucked up. It's okay, I can't read anyhow. I can't read anyhow. So, it happens though. Oh, I healed when I didn't have to. I could have hit the pool. You're right, I saw nothing, Katsuki. I saw absolutely fucking nothing. Ah! I forgot he teleports. I like how I can cancel how much damage I'm taking by using a heal, kind of like Mother 3. Oh, fuck. I'm not gonna win this fight. I'm not gonna win this fight. Yes! That was too fucking close. Too fucking close. We're backing out. I'm not staying for this. I didn't even think to check. It's okay, Katsuki. It happens to the best of us. I did not think I was gonna live through that. I really thought I was about to die. I was so sure I was about to die. Dude, I fucking love the spear. Fuck the sword. Okay? The sword is fucking dumb. I hate to break it to you. I don't really like the bow either. I tried the bow. It's alright. The one weapon I have not tried yet is the gloves. I might like the gloves. But what I'm going for, the build I want to go for is strictly speed. So like right now... I don't even remember what I have on. Yeah. So I had the fabric chestplate, which already gives me 2 points of speed. Right? If I'm not mistaken. It gives me 8 points of speed. So then I'm gonna build the iron helm for the extra health. And then probably build fabric boots as well for that speed. I'm thinking that's what the plan's gonna be for my build. But we'll see. I have time to figure that out. I have a lot of time. And also, it's not difficult getting those builds either. Ooh, that was the wrong direction. I don't know why that kept pulsing red. I don't know what was making it pulse red. Nothing happened. Do you know how many items I can sell with this crate? Do you know how many items I can sell with that crate? So this is what we'll do. We will put that there, that there, that there. Here we'll put this, this. Here. I love this game, Buddha. I want you to know I love this game. This is my favorite part of the game right here. Dude, I'm all about the stonks. My build usually involved bow and a melee weapon. The bow doesn't shoot fast. Well, I should say the arrow doesn't travel fast enough for me to like it. That's the biggest turnoff for me, is that the arrow travel time is so fucking slow. If the travel time on that arrow was faster, I think I'd enjoy it more. This game taught me that I'm bad at business. How can you be bad at business? It tells you when it's a good or bad deal. All you have to know is whether or not it's a good or bad deal. Like, it's literally all you have to do. Like, how can you be bad? How can you be bad? You literally right trigger the item and it tells you when people thought it was a great deal and when people thought it was a bad deal. You don't even have to do business. There's not the Buddha. I don't know how you're bad. You can't be bad, bro. It's like literally impossible to be bad at business in this game. Like, that guy just fucking ripped me off. I obviously need to sell swords for a higher price. That guy is buying water for too low of a price. I obviously need to bump it up more. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Let's see. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. I don't want to sell that broom. I'm pretty sure that broom has some sort of significance to the lore. My last two brain cells can't keep the finances in this game. Jesus Christ. Simple being me, I tend to undersell a lot. Why would you undersell when the game Why does this guy look so spooky? How can you undersell when the game's telling you you're underselling? Joke's on you, I have lizard brain. Fucking shit, bro. Oh, she just fucking robbed me for that those water crates. See, so I was just robbed for the water crates. So then what I do to bump it up to 120, now I'm gonna make more money off of it and I'm not gonna get fucking robbed. It's all about them big brain plays, you know? Quite frankly, people tell me I know how to do business. But frankly, there's a lot of people telling me I know what I'm doing. Joke's on you, I have a lizard brain. Fucking hell, Buddha. A lizard brain that plays fucking Monster Hunter. Sorry, it's not a very convincing argument. Did that person still rob me for the fucking 120 that I sold that container for? No fucking way. How much are people willing to pay for that damn container? Oh, wait, hold on. I undersold those runes. I remember that people, yeah, thought it was a really good deal at 100. I'll bump it up to 160 and see if anybody bites. Honestly, fabric is like one of the most inconsistent price items. I keep bumping it up and lowering it down because my customers are so inconsistent about what price they want to buy it at. The games is who once you find the sweet stuff, but then the economy changes and I have to figure it out again. I forgot that the economy changes. I'm gonna be completely honest. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna sell this. for 70 because I keep getting fucking robbed, apparently. I got robbed for this too. I'll bump it up to 110. This I keep getting robbed for. I'll bump it up to 80. Let's do 350. I think I got robbed for the last piece of of steel that I sold, right? Early game, the econ doesn't change too much, but later on it does. Okay. Then maybe I'll probably end up enjoying the game even more when the economy starts getting more fluid. I don't think I have any more items to sell. And I don't think it's worth putting it on the table because the day's about to end anyways. Thank you, rich person, for overspending and probably leaving a large tip. I greatly appreciate it. Alright, we'll call it fucking good. I sold to 34 different customers today. Nice. $22,000 were made today. Not even mad, bro. Not even mad. Okay, I should probably put all of my important items in there, in that one chest. I want that. I want that. I'll keep the rest of those in there. I'm not going to open the shop tomorrow morning. I need to go and quest for a little bit. Ooh, actually, can I... Are the shops still open at night? Like, can I go to the brewing lady and buy some potions off of her? Oh, I'm gonna have to... Oh, I'm an idiot. No, I have to do a dungeon run. Her potions are so fucking expensive, full cost. I'm sorry, they're not worthwhile. I can't, like, I tried selling potions at the same cost as she does to me, and literally everybody was fucking pissed. They were fucking livid, bro. They were not about it. So I'm just gonna spend this whole run acquiring materials for potions, and then, making pots. How are you doing, Sasha? You want to hang out here? Or you want food? What do you want? I swear to God, if this cat fucking digs into my thighs, I'm gonna eat it. Ah! No one saw that. It's okay. Nobody saw me just yeet myself off Niagara Falls. Okay, Buddha, I have a theory that I think I'm right about, but I'm also pretty sure I'm wrong about because it's too fucking obvious. If there's little sparklies off the edge of the platforms, like the walkable surface, does that mean I can land there? Or am I just getting lucky every time I take the jump? It was not a yell, Buddha, that was a cry for help, okay? I was scared, okay? I was scared. We all know that I get very vocal when I get scared, okay? This is nothing new. I believe so. Okay, cool. So I'm not just lucky. I'm a fucking big brain. Ah! I wasn't paying attention! I was reading chat! Leave me alone! Fucking globs? Let me just enjoy my chat in piss. Ah! Oh, ah! I'm just so fucking fast, bro. Bitch! Just too fast. Nope. Also, with the spear, I've noticed that if loot gets caught somewhere, I can grab it with my spear. And that's another reason why I like it. I don't have to be mindful of where I kill shit. I can just kill. This is a really big dungeon, actually. And I do not appreciate how big it is. No! Okay, so I saw the sparkly. So if I drop... Yeah, buddy. I don't know what these containers are supposed to do. They look like garbage bins that just fell. I don't know if I need to worry about the garbage bins. Or maybe the garbage bins are important to the lore. I'm not gonna heal yet. I still have extra health that I haven't burned through. And I have more dungeon to go through. Yay! Oh, no more. No more dungeon. Ah! Yeah! Oh, wait, no, there's still another door. I just have really bad peripheral vision, apparently. Too focused on the center of the screen. Ow! Piss off! I just want my fucking twigs! Piss off! Let me live! Alrighty, Gloop. It's just you and me! Just you and me, brother. I'm just the better Gloop. Golems lurking amongst these stone walls are sturdy, but their combat abilities are clumsy and easy to predict. You're dead. I'm reading the note of a dead body, and he said that the attacks are easy to predict. How'd you die, motherfucker? Some of these guys can proper stun if they land a hit, though. Ah. So he got stunned. Ah, no! I don't need this in my life. I only have 8 of them. I only need 5 to get... you know what? I'm gonna keep going through the dungeon, collecting that shit. And just stocking up on a shitload of them in one of the chests at the shop. I think that'll be the plan. I cannot heal my overheal. That is so cool. Wait, I thought this was the boss. The RNG changes the more you play the game? Excuse me? There's always a boss after the portal. After the pool. Haha. Oh. I overstayed. I actually probably shouldn't throw those iron bars away. I need them to make weapons and upgrade them, no? I'm pretty sure I need those. Just a thought. But I've been wrong before. Golem Dungeon Level 2. Oh, there's a rock there. That's why I can't fucking move forward. I was about to yell at the game for being fucking broken. Ow. Fucking twig. Ow. I just got fucking pissed on twice. I ran into that rock twice now. I really need to get better at No, I really need to get better at looking at what's on my screen. I kinda just want this. Actually, no. I could get away with putting this on this corner. Because those runes with the gold lettering go for a lot. They're actually pretty solid to keep. No, stop pissing on me! Please! Aha! Ooh. That was a little scurry. I don't really want any of those. Because, like, sure, they're valuable resources, but the problem is they're, like, impossible to stack if you don't have one of the same exact type with it. So, it's not really worth keeping. Even though this is worth about 150, this is worth about, what, 120 now? This is worth, like, 350 each. It's just not worth it because I can't stack it with this group. And that's the annoying thing, is that they don't stack. Let's see, who was that? Was that Woken? That was Woken. Well, I don't talk about it much. If you're cool with it, I'm all for having the talk on stream. But it's up to you. Let's see what she replies with. Because based on her reply, we'll determine if we actually end up streaming the talk. I hope she's cool with it. Because like I really do enjoy Woken a lot. And I feel like the information she will impart will be really good for other people in this chat who have their own communities and whoever decides to look up the YouTube video for the community info. Holy shit, that motherfucker was fast. Did I even destroy him or did he just like... He kamikaze? I thought that was a mimic for a second. He just kamikazes himself. That's really cool. Either works for me. We can record or stream. Okay, cool. That means I gotta dip. I'm pretty sure it saves when I get back to town, yeah? Wait, are we doing a crossover episode with Woken? That's the plan as of now. We can do it on stream and I can send you the VOD if you want to use it for your own stuff. What's the noti? I don't have the... Oh, dude, HV, thank you for the tip again, dude. You're a fucking legend. Absolute fucking legend, dude. Really do appreciate it. Eventually, you're gonna end up tipping me so often that, all the money that I pay you ends up back in my fucking wallet. You really shouldn't do that, man. That's a net negative. Okay, let me drop this off. Sleep just for the extra save file because I really don't want to lose any progress. Cool, that's saved. Exit to desktop. All right. Let's unplug this controller so it doesn't get in the way when I'm talking. And then... yeah, we'll have music play. We'll have music play while we're hanging out with Woken. We can do the thing. Where is my Spotify? I turned it off. I forgot. I gotta reopen it. You wanna do it on stream? You know what? Let's reschedule then, if you want to prep. We can def reschedule so you can... I don't have any questions, honestly. Top 3 challenges gamer girls are. Other than that, I'm just gonna roll with the info you give me. But I am all for doing a rain check for you to prep if you feel you need to. I may have closed my game prematurely, and it's a little bit embarrassing. That is kind of embarrassing if I did close it prematurely. Your voice is gone, by the way. Not really sure how that happened. Glad to know I'm not the only one talking while typing. Well, so I don't know about the crossover yet, Buddha. We're still finding out. The reason I'm talking while typing, I normally don't, but I do want you guys to feel involved in what's happening, because like it's more or less for you guys more than it is for me, right? So that's why I'm talking while I type. Normally I would just, you know, stay silent. So I guess you're a little bit weird. I mean, he is Liberate, though? Did you mean to say literate? Because, Buddha, little known fact, I'm actually illiterate. The reason I talk while I type is actually not because I'm typing, but you found me out, okay? Big secret. I actually use speech to text. So that's why I talk while I quote-unquote type. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. We will see. We'll see what happens with Woken. I hope it doesn't get rain checked. Because I'd like to do it today. If you don't mind, no cam, then we can do it now. I'm all for it. Let's do it now then. Start voice call. Yo, what is up?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How goes it?
It goes good. It goes good. I just put my kiddos to bed.
Nice, nice. How do I make this look bigger than it actually is? This tells you how good I am at streaming. I'm so good at this whole tech thing, but I can't freaking stream. I want to blow up the chat bubbles.
I didn't know that you streamed, but I love that I already followed you.
That's gold. Absolute gold. Yeah, Buddha, you exposed me. I'm illiterate, okay? You don't gotta do me like that, okay?
Wait,
so
maybe I do I follow the wrong person?
Maybe.
No, that's you right there.
None
What's
of my name is Pre-Viral Gaming, so I created a separate brand outside of Calexico Mafia because I didn't want to build like a streaming platform. I was
confused.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so the whole
what is it?
Pre-Viral Gaming. It should be a red controller with a white line and a blue background. I'm pretty sure that's the current logo, but I've been wrong before.
Not pulling you up on Twitch.
I'm not on Twitch. I am on YouTube.
Oh, that's why. I'm over here like, what is going on? How did I not know you stream?
Yeah, no,
okay,
I am not a Twitch streamer. I used to stream on Twitch, and then I did some research on YouTube and decided that YouTube was the better money play and would actually require less work overall in regards to building a brand, because realistically, I'm already using YouTube to build a brand on Twitch. So might as well just use the same energies to just commit to one platform rather than trying to commit to another platform.
That makes sense.
So, but yeah, so, question number 1. What are the top, actually, before I say anything, I gotta fill in the chat on what we're doing. So, yeah guys,
Perfect, here we go.
So I'm trying to start a gaming lounge. I want to build a LAN arena for competitive peoples to organize themselves in, and also for content creators to network. And of course, one of the demographics that probably has it harder than most in the gaming scene is the gamer girl genre.
Yep.
Demographic. Fuck. And so I am asking Woken for help because since I have testicles, I don't relate. And so I need the third party opinion, hence why we have Woken here.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Katsuki and Buddha both say hi.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Kat. Hi, Buddha.
So yeah, what are the top 3 biggest challenges that you think gamer girls have to overcome that are exclusive to them?
Exclusive to us. Okay. So, number 1, I would definitely say the stereotype. Gaming, obviously, like, I feel as though maybe the younger generation won't have this much of a problem, and my hope is that my daughters won't, but the way we were raised, gaming is completely marketed towards men. Mm-hmm. So everything gaming wise is for dudes. Games are targeted towards dudes. Girl characters are targeted to be more appealing to dudes. Girls are more of an afterthought in gaming. And I feel like that pulls over with streaming. We are the lower the demographic. We are almost the we're trying to take something from you. We're trying to invade your space as guys. And as girls, it's really hard to kind of fight back against that and kind of break that stereotype and that stigma of you have to almost fit a certain mold to be able to be into gaming. Like you have to be like the bruh dude girl who's super into the guys and acts like the guys and can fit in with the guys, or you have to be an uwu girl and fit in with that. You can't just be a gamer girl and be yourself, where like a lot of the guys can. And I feel like that's just a struggle every girl has. It's kind of like figuring out where you fit in and then having people kind of just constantly tell you, no matter who you are, that you don't belong. Not just from guys, but from like the other side. It can be really frustrating to love something and to have been doing it your whole life and to have somebody kind of call you like fake gamer girl because all you play is Minecraft. And it's just that gatekeeping for women seems to be a lot harder to get over for guys. Nobody looks at a dude and is like, why are you playing Minecraft? Why are you playing Call of Duty? But for girls, it's like, I get that question all the time, like, oh, you're trash at Apex because you're a female. And it's just kind of a stigma that we have to kind of get through. Like, if you look at the top creators in the gaming community, they're almost all men.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at people who are starting to break that stereotype, like Valkyrie, and big female streamers like that who are starting to kind of open people's eyes and give us a path to being that big. But before those females, we didn't really hear a lot of very famous, very successful, that level of content creating in the gaming industry being women. That's been like what, the past 2-3 years that's really come about. Before that, it was all men, and still I think the top 100 content creators on Twitch are men.
Mm-hmm.
It can be extremely difficult for us to kind of break that stereotype, that stigma.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second on the top. I'll say like the top 1% of the 1% of streamers are predominantly men. Now, like as we know, like especially boys, right? They're just more inclined to find entertainment via violence, right? Like if you give a Barbie doll to a boy, he's just naturally going to bash it and find ways to break it, right? That's just the way boys are. So is it fair to say that video games are marketed towards men, which is what allows men to become the top, 1% of streamers?
No, that's not why they are.
Okay. Or would it be more empowering to tell women not so much that the system's against them, but the system hasn't discovered them yet?
That'd be a good way to put it. It's almost like we haven't caught up yet as a gaming community to what I would like to say is the woke view of we all should be equal. Everything's for everybody. I would never care if my girls want to play with action figures or if my nephew wanted to paint his nails. I am a very person who's just kind of like, people love what they love. And I feel like the gaming community is just a little bit more behind on that, where we haven't caught up yet to make it. It's almost like, how do I put this? It's not that we're being gatekept anymore. It's almost just this is the way it's been for so long. We haven't caught up to actually change it yet. So there are lots of people who are starting to realize like, oh, there's a whole market of female gamers that we can tap into now, but that's just now starting. We're seeing the beginning of like a change in the demographic and a beginning of the change in the climate that women have. But just like with gaming, how you said like it's guys are more prone to the violent kind of video games and that kind of thing. I feel like that also attracts kind of the treatment that we get as women, is a lot of the guys who do like video games, they make that excuse of like, oh, I talk trash my friends, like my dudes on Call of Duty. And they don't think of the fact that like, not just for women, the gaming community in and of itself completely should kind of change in that and being more inclusive to everybody. Not just women, but everybody. Anybody who just might be a little different than you. We shouldn't be like, oh, you have to have like a perfect Katie to play with me. It's kind of like, gaming for a lot of people, and especially like myself, and I know a lot of my friends, was something that I could go do that I just found enjoyment in. Like, I'm a girl, I'm a stereotypical girl. I like pink and I like all of that kind of stuff that you would box a female into if you want to go stereotypes wise. But I also have a lot more to me than that. Like, I love Call of Duty and have been playing Call of Duty since I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a violent person. I don't love violence, but I love FPS games.
Right.
They were the first game I ever played. They're going to be the games I play forever. And I feel like there's a way to tap into that where it's not like for me, something I struggle with. I cannot play Call of Duty online without friends.
Yeah.
I'm ripped apart every time I open my mouth, and it's immediately sexist based hate.
Right.
And I feel like the difference between guys and girls in the hate they get in the industry is that guys is like, oh, you're dog water, you're trash, I'm better than you. For girls, like, I have literally had guys say, like, I will find you and I will, like, I'm not going to drop the R word because it makes a lot of people uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but and I will do that. And people, and it's like that kind of violence specifically towards women in gaming that I think is a very big struggle for us, because it's hard to make friends and to know who you can play with when you're online and you're alone. It seems to be very targeted. It's certain type of hate you get as a woman that guys don't get. It's not that guys don't get hate and don't have to deal with trash talk and toxicity. It's just a special type of toxicity that we have to deal with. That's just different.
Right. So with that, so from what I can tell, you and I both agree that realistically the biggest issue with the gaming culture is that that women necessarily are fair. I'll just say fairly new to the platform of itself in of itself, and even just gaming in general is still really new. It's still an incredibly new industry, right?
It's so new.
So would it be fair to say that, man, within the next 5 years, we're gonna see the market correct itself naturally, just because more and more people from the mainstream are entering the gaming scene, and more, like, let's be real, like, most people, or like the vast majority of people, are not sexist, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I had to bet on the average person,
I would love to believe so.
well, I mean, like, if I had to bet on the average person, the average person is not necessarily sexist. Is that would that be a fair statement?
I would say the average person isn't sexist, but for some reason, the environment of gaming sometimes brings that out of people who would not normally say that. Like, I know that there are people who play video games who say these things online to women who would never in their right mind in real life say it to a woman's face.
Gotcha. Okay, so this isn't necessarily... It's not necessarily the audience that's being attracted. It's more like I'll call it a violent outburst of rage during Call of Duty.
It's almost like a perfect storm of things put together that breeds this. It's that gaming has always been centered towards men, so a lot of guys feel this protectiveness of this is theirs. This is their thing. It shouldn't be a girl thing. They get really offended. I don't know if you guys are very familiar with this, but there are bigger games coming out where it used to be that the protagonist was a man and it will now be a female. Assassin's Creed did it for the first time where you could be a woman or a man in the game. And they had pushback on that. And as women who play games, it's really disheartening to see pushback of that level where it's gone viral on Twitter and people have that strong of feelings about it, because it's the representation. Women have never had representation in gaming. It was never centered towards us. It was never supposed to represent us. And now that that's starting to change, I was hoping, and what women were hoping to see, is less pushback on that and more of like a, hey, we love video gaming, come join us. And it's more of a, we love video games, women shouldn't play.
Right.
And that just sucks for us. Like in high school, I never told any of my friends that I played Call of Duty. I played with one group of guys and one girl, and they were the only people I ever talked to about it. I didn't go into high school and I'd hear the guys talking about their KD and join in, because it wasn't, even as kids, it wasn't like a thing for girls to do. It wasn't like, oh yeah, like if I had said, I had a 1.86 KD in COD in high school, if I had come out and said that, I would have gotten a whole bunch of hate just for being a girl. Right. Whereas if one of the guys is like, I have a 1.6 KD, it's like, oh shit, dude, that's dope.
Right.
It's just that difference that I don't feel like it comes from any one thing. It's just it's just like a combination of like the competitiveness, that it was centered towards guys in the first place. There is like violence in the games, and women aren't usually attributed with violence.
Right.
That it's almost like the gate has been half opened, but it's like the gates are open, but there's still a lot of people standing in the way to block the gate,
Right.
even though the gate's opening.
Right. That I understand. Okay. Now, with that, so in order to nudge the market, in order to correct itself, who do you think has more of an impact on that change? The developers of the games or the influencers of the gaming communities?
Oh, I'd say it's 50-50.
Okay.
You know, that's straight down the middle, 50-50. Developers playing first right off the bat, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Phenomenal
I played
game.
that game. Phenomenal game. It is now my favorite game ever. That was the first time that I had the experience of playing a game where the main character was not sexualized at all.
Mm-hmm.
She was a badass. She was like a chosen one. She was the main character of the storyline. You played as her and only her. There was not a dude in the game.
Yep.
That was like the other protagonist. It was strictly a game for women. Not for women, but it was a game for me as a woman that really made it to where it was like the developers did that game so well and not making it about her being a woman.
Okay.
It was about her. It wasn't about her being a woman, and that was the best part, is that it was a great ass game, and they didn't market that she was a girl, and they didn't do things that like targeted to like make it stereotypically a girl. She was a badass character who could have been a girl or a dude, and she was just an amazing character. And it wasn't specifically marketed to be towards women, which was amazing, because it seems to be a lot of games that they want to be like that are marketed to just be for girls. They they market it to almost get the girl gamers. This game was just a great fucking game they made, and made the protagonist a woman, and didn't blink an eye about it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you actually touched on that. I talked about this with, I forget who it was, a while ago, about how if a I think it was on my stream actually with my chat, if a character's identity in a video game is predicated off their gender, whether or not they're a man or woman, the character's failed, right? So when you brought up that Alloy, right, her core identity is not that she's a woman. Like you could substitute her with a man and still be just as phenomenal as a character. And I feel like the gaming industry has missed that over and over and over again, right? Like with Battlefield 5, when they had their advertisements as the woman, right? And it got backlash because it was clearly a marketing ploy, just saying, hey, we have a woman as our poster child. You should buy the game. Yeah. That's just shit.
Exactly.
That's not what anybody wants. Now, with Assassin's Creed that you mentioned earlier, I'm not super involved with the lore. So I'm not willing to say that the gaming community for Assassin's Creed is super shitty because they're giving it backlash, because there could be lore behind the game in which that the characters have to be men. Like, for example, let's say they released a remake of Batman Arkham Asylum, right? And they changed Batman with Batwoman just for the sake of having Batwoman in it.
No, that's dumb.
Exactly, right? That goes against the lore. And that's why I'm not willing to say anything to Assassin's Creed yet, because I just don't know much about that game. But if it's just the case where the gender of the character in the specific time frame in which that game is being released in its lore, that whether or not they're a man or woman is crucial, and there's getting backlash, that's clearly an issue.
The Assassin's Creed, in my opinion, they did it really well, because the way they did it in the Odyssey game is that the storyline that you were playing the same storyline, but you were playing both. The two characters were both equally as important, and you're playing basically the same storyline because they were brother and sister, and the story could have gone either way.
Oh, well then, there's no reason to get mad over that.
Yeah, you either played as the girl, and you were going to try to find your brother, or you were your brother and you were trying to play as a girl, because at the beginning of the game it starts out as whichever character you play is the older sibling, and the other one is a baby who gets thrown off a cliff, and then you find them later in the game.
Gotcha.
So they made it to where you could literally do either one, and the game, very little about the game changed. in my opinion, for that, it was like, okay, I love the Assassin's Creed games. I love history.
Hmm.
Ezio was like my first love. And so to be able to play those games and be a female character who wasn't an overly sexualized character strictly there for men, it was one of those moments where I was like, this character was put here for women. And it was one of those moments, yeah, they could have, it was it kind of targeting us so that we had a character, yes, but the way they made the character, it wasn't, it was so that she was for us to play, for like me to feel like, okay, this is another badass female character who's just a great character. It
Hmm.
wasn't, sometimes I feel like games, when they add women into the games and female characters into the games, it can be almost as if they are putting it in there for guys, and you can tell when that happens, because the female characters have a certain persona. They're not main characters, they're usually side characters. Their physical attributes are usually accentuated so that guys enjoy watching. And is it good that they're getting out there? For sure. I love that there's more females in gaming at all in any of these games,
Hmm.
but you can tell when it's, oh, we added a woman in here for guys, or we added a woman in here to help represent girls in gaming and give female, like, strong characters that women can relate to. Because I don't know, some people who have grown up playing games, you relate to these characters, you
Right.
play them, you feel like you are, like, you can identify them.
Right.
Yeah, you identify with them. And for women, there's not a lot of characters like we can identify with who are women.
Right.
So when they're coming out and you're playing them, I wish people would kind of take a step back. Will it always fit the storyline? No, but if they can work us in there, it is amazing to us to have those characters that we get to have a bond and a connection with, like guys would, because we can bond and create and do all that with male characters too. It's not a big deal. But it is also really freaking cool, like with me, with Alloy. She's one of my favorite characters in gaming now, because I am a woman who got to play her
Hmm.
and feel like I was her. And she was so badass and so strong, and just like main character, so beautifully like built, the way they made her storyline and her persona. There needs to be more of that for women, and it needs to be
Right.
more normalized in big games for women to be able to have those kinds of characters. Do they need to do that with every game? No. Like you said, Batman, there should not be a Batwoman. But maybe a spin-off game that has nothing to do with the Bat series. I don't know. Even then, see, for me, I don't mind those kinds of games, because like for me, Batman it's Batman. The story was made for Batman.
Right. Okay. Buddha actually brought
For
up
me-
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead. So for me, it's almost like in those instances, I will never be offended. And if they made a Batwoman and it didn't make sense of the storyline, I can understand that frustration. It's like, okay, I love this storyline and the developers are messing it up just to make it easy just to appease somebody. I would be pissed off about that too.
Mhm.
But if it has nothing to do with the storyline and it's just a good way to give women an ability to have representation in gaming, I wish more people wouldn't push back on it every single time, because
Right.
sometimes, it is a great thing.
Right. So Buddha asked a pretty cool question. He wanted to know your thoughts on the original Tomb Raider for the PlayStation 1, and its remake on the PlayStation 4, and your thoughts on the game and more.
So
also
I had
its full
never played
franchise.
Tomb Raider. Is that the one where they're changing the protagonist from a man to a woman?
No, she had been a woman the entire time. So she's like the female version of Indiana Jones, except she carries two deagles instead of a whip.
I don't know. I guess I don't understand. I don't follow Tomb Raider. That's
Okay.
probably why I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't follow Tomb Raider either, so I don't know what the significance of the remake
I've been
was. So I
told
was
1,000
hoping.
times to play it, so
Okay.
maybe I'll play it now and check it out if it has something to do with it.
Okay, I just remember that there's this meme around the first Tomb Raider having her character sprite, even though it was like a terrible looking sprite, because PlayStation 1 had
Mhm.
incredibly large triangle tits, and it was a huge meme. And so maybe he's probably asking if the remake continued, if you believe that the remake continued to sexualize her or not. But I never played any of the games, so I
And
wouldn't
that's
know.
always a touchy subject. Female characters in gaming have always been sexualized.
Right.
And, you know, I can't complain. I'm a Loba main. I play Apex Legends. Loba was
Loba's
a
thick.
character. She's thick. She's hot, but why it doesn't bother me is if you get down to the core of who Loba's characters are, because in my head these characters are people.
Right.
They're trying to develop a storyline behind them. So these people have these characters have personalities, they have backgrounds. Loba's physical attributes and the way her kill quips work, it all matches who she is as a character, which is very different than like
Watson.
if you have Watson, who's not that way. She is the complete opposite. When it fits their so sorry, I had
Okay.
to mute my kiddo was crying.
Okay.
Now what was I saying? Okay, so when it fits their personality, like you take Loba, yes, is she sexualized in Apex? For sure, but it fits her character. It makes sense with who she is, it makes sense with her personality, it fits with their lore. If it's a character that's like imagine if they had taken Aloy and made Aloy sexualized and huge boobs and running in heels, then you're like, what the heck? This doesn't fit her character. This isn't her personality. This isn't her persona as a woman. She wouldn't be wearing this stuff. Whereas Loba as a woman, she totally would. That's her persona. That's who she is.
Gotcha.
It's kind of getting down to the personality of the character and making them who they are, and not just making them like a sex icon or something that they wouldn't be as a person.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Now I want to touch back on something that you mentioned earlier, that the girls are entering the bro zone of gaming, right? So when you mentioned that I take that word back. The biggest issue I see to challenging the bro zone is that women will segregate themselves rather than challenging the system. What would be a way to prevent women from segregating themselves and shooting themselves in the foot while trying to enter the system?
So that's just something, here's the way I see it. When you're going into this, like I am a person, I'm not an uwu girl and I'm not a brug girl, but the fact that those terms exist in and of itself is a problem.
Right.
And those terms weren't really created by women.
Right.
Those terms were created by guys who were reacting to different women that they came across in gaming. And the biggest ways for girls, you have to find a way. It's not, put it this way, you can just be yourself playing a game and you're fine. You don't have to prove anything.
Right.
You don't have to be like, look at me, I'm here, like I belong here. I feel like the uwu girl like vibe and the brug girl vibe, they almost stem from a place of women just having to feel like they have to prove themselves in this industry, and as a whole, that they have to fit in one way or another. And some girls, it's being cute and sweet and anime and bubbly and little and fitting into that type of acceptable gamer girl for guys. Or it's I'm a dude, I'm just one of the guys, it doesn't even fucking matter that I'm a girl. Like, you have to like be so laid back like they are and be able to take shit, and then you're acceptable as a gamer girl. But what about the rest of us who are kind of in between? I feel like a lot of girls like go towards one end or the other because they haven't found a community of gamers yet that'll accept them as who they are. They're still trying to manage it, or maybe that's just their personality and how they are and they want to be that way. It's not bad that girls like act like brug girls. It sucks that the brug girl term is a thing.
Right.
It sucks that there's like two pots that people want to put us in when there's a lot of us that don't want to be either. Right. I just want to be a normal person playing games. I don't want to get into a game and be playing with some guys and then to be like, yeah, you're such a bruh. Like, thank God you're not an uwu girl, or vice versa. Like, I just want to be me. I don't want to have to be one of those things. I don't want to have to do something in a certain way to fit into the way some people would want us to be as gamers. Like, to be an acceptable gamer, it's almost like you have to prove yourself, like, oh yeah, I do belong here, instead of I should just belong here because it's video games. We shouldn't be gatekeeping it.
So then, for me in my position, right, where I'm going to be facilitating an environment in which gamers congregate and play together, would it be wiser and more beneficial for me to have the gamer girls just coexist and watch it develop and hope for the best, or would it be better if I gave them a platform to exist in, but the platform isn't big enough to segregate themselves away from the rest of the community? Because this is the biggest issue I'm seeing, is that I'm afraid that eventually what's going to happen is the market and the culture will overcorrect and will segregate the two groups entirely. And then we're going to have the same issue again.
Happening. First off, as a man, and this is no offense at all, as a man, I don't think you should be a person to facilitate like an only women's section of gaming.
Right.
Even in your Discord, I don't feel like if it is a woman, it's very different. If you think at it this way, if it's a woman who's creating a safe space for women to go to, because we all know what this is like, more acceptable. But when it is a man who's like, here is a place for women to go to game, it sounds worse, even if your intentions are pure. And I would know, joining your community, that you just want to give us a space where we don't have to deal with the guys, but that's not how it'll be taken across the board.
Right.
And I know a lot of women, a space for women, in my opinion, should be led by women with men who help. It kind of comes back down to the people who say, oh, women deserve a spot in gaming, respect women, but they're very loud about it, but their actions, they don't support women behind the scenes. They don't push women content. They don't call out their peers when their peers are being not so welcoming.
Right.
It gets down to that gray line of, I don't think we should be segregated at all.
Right.
In any stance. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
There are lots of Discords. There's some that I'm a part of that are female only. I wish those didn't have to exist, but it's come to a point now, just because things haven't caught up, that girls have to allow themselves to find this safe space away, because otherwise sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. Thankfully, I have not found a Discord community yet that I didn't feel comfortable just being with the guys, and everybody was really nice. But that's like small little communities is very different than like gaming overall as a whole. Right.
But in the defense of the women exclusive Discords, there's nothing inherently wrong with it as well, because there is an importance to surrounding yourself with women as a woman, just as there is significance to surround yourself with men occasionally with men, as a man, right? Like,
yep.
there is some importance to that I just want to clarify for the record, should not be neglected, right? No. I don't think either of us are advocating that we remove those kinds of groups entirely. We just don't want them to be the primary source of gatherings. Yes?
Yeah, I don't want guys to feel like they have to be comfortable, they have to be in a guys only group, and I don't want girls to feel like the only place to be comfortable is a girls only group.
Okay, cool.
I feel like those places should exist so that we have them, but the big majority, we should be able to play together and enjoy it and not have to deal with things all together. And I feel like for some girls it's become so overwhelming, and the stereotype is still so there, that it's easier and more enjoyable to go play with only females, because you never know what kind of a guy you're gonna get.
Right. That I totally understand.
And I'm hoping now in the future, as this conversation keeps happening, and guys who are gamers and who have been gamers for years, here's where I don't think a lot of guys ever thought about how it felt to be a female in gaming. I don't think that was something, I don't think a lot of guys have ill intent. It was just something, they never put themselves in our shoes. They never really realized that sometimes it can be really hard. I played with a buddy of mine where we played Search and Destroy on COD, and we were talking, and I had my in-game mic off, and then all of us as a group turned our mics on so that we could do participate in kill comms, and he was amazed at how many times and how gross some of the things that are said to girls specifically are, because it's targeted at our gender.
Right.
It's not just hate and toxicity. It's hate and toxicity because you're a woman.
Right.
It's not because you killed them. It's not because of whatever. It's because I talked and they could tell I was a girl. So they immediately latch on to only that about me and just relentlessly hate on it.
Right. Okay. With that note in mind, I'm gonna say something that sounds really dickish, but like, I as a minority, right? Because I'm Hispanic, right? Of course, like on Call of Duty and League of Legends, like the two most toxic games known to man.
Yep.
Of course, I'm gonna get the racial slurs, right?
Yep.
But for me personally, right, I just blow it off, right? Because it's part of my personality to give zero fucks on what someone thinks, right?
Yeah.
Is it fair for me to want to give that same ability to give zero fucks of what someone thinks to somebody else and say, hey, use this, because it is a beneficial skill to have.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, it is a
is.
beneficial skill. But like,
I agree.
Like, the reason, this is why I said I'm gonna sound dickish while saying this, because it's not necessarily, it's not a viable solution. It is not a long-term solution, but it is a solution for the individual.
Here's how I can kind of
Go
help
ahead.
you kind of
Go ahead.
think of that. How many times would you say in a game do you specifically get targeted on when you speak and only speak for your race?
My anecdotal
Only your
data
words.
won't be helpful for that, because my name is Colexican, right? Like Mexican is half of the word, right?
Yep.
So my anecdotal data for that isn't viable, because someone could just read it and know.
Yeah.
So I can't necessarily answer to that.
Here's the way I'll put it: is the hate that you receive, there's a way to almost hide from it. Is it inevitably going to happen? Yeah. I mean, with your username, for sure. The thing that sucks is I literally cannot speak in a game. Like, cannot open my mouth. I'll get shit I'll fucking, you can make fun of me all day long for anything. I am a person who is just like you. I will let it roll off my back. I don't give a shit. Sometimes I even give it back if I'm feeling like sassy that day.
Yeah.
But what sucks is not everybody's the same, and it can be very overwhelming every single game, because I can get into a COD. Let's say I'm like, okay, for the next 3 hours I'm gonna play COD, and I play like 15 games. If I open my mouth and I speak, probably 12 out of those 15 games I will receive some form of hate.
Right. Okay.
And
Here,
it's
actually,
only hate towards being a woman. It's not hate because I'm bad at the game. It's not hate because it's strictly gender-based hate.
Right.
And I wish, like, I would be way more, like, it wouldn't bother me half as bad if they were, like, more creative about it and, like, gave me shit for my username or told me that, oh, like, you're fat or anything else at this point, except for you're a woman, so I hate you.
Right.
I know nothing about you. You haven't been rude to me in this game. The only thing that happened was you downed me, or you shot me, or you killed me, and I found out you were a woman. And now I'm going to latch on to that one thing about your identity and make you feel like you don't belong here, that I hate that you're here, and that I wish I'll do everything in my power to break you down as a person and tell you you don't belong here, strictly because of something you literally cannot change. Right. And not something I can hide. I cannot hide that I'm a girl. Right. I've literally told some people, just to avoid getting the hate, that I'm like, oh no, sorry, I'm a 12-year-old boy. I just started playing. People will be nicer to me as a 12 to 15-year-old boy than they would be thinking I was a woman.
Dang. Okay. So let me rephrase the question. Would it be fair for me or another woman to teach upcoming gamer girls and content creators to learn to ignore the voices for now? Because since this is a cultural issue in the gaming community, cultural issues take a very long time for them to be fixed. Right? This is it's not an overnight fix. This isn't a fix that we're going to see within the next 2 years. This will probably take anywhere between 6 to 10 years.
It's going to take a while.
Right? So would it be justifiable to at least teach the gamer girls and content creators that are on the come up to learn to ignore for now and not try to fix the issue, but just simply ignore, so then they can focus on the come up, and then when they do come up, the success speaks for itself and starts helping the culture shift?
So it depends. It'll depend on what you mean by not getting upset about it. So here's where I'm confused on your question. Because anybody can say they're not upset about it and lie.
Right.
When you have somebody literally telling you, I want to rape you, because you're playing a video game, and you hear that multiple times, it can be really hard for some people to just
100%.
You can put on a brave face and be like, fuck you, dude, I don't give a shit, and then get off the game, but it does not stop the feelings that those women will have when they're 100%. Laying in bed thinking about it.
100%. But the skill that needs to be taught that I'm trying to advocate for and I'm having a hard time communicating is the tenacity to hear it and to still get up. Because the tenacity is what's going to cause the change. It's what's going to start the change.
Thing.
Right.
That's just a person thing.
But
either you're a person who can, or
do you not think that you could teach tenacity? Because I guess that's the question
like
I'm trying to ask do you think it's possible to teach tenacity? I think that's the question I'm trying to ask.
I think it would be possible to help teach people, to give them a space to be able to go, to feel safe, but I don't think as a man you
or
would
a
be
woman
able to know.
What if I find a woman advocate and give her a platform to teach other women how to build tenacity?
Yes. Hands, applause to you. That is what I wish more men would realize. Instead of you being the one who does it, instead of you being the leader, instead of you being the teacher, giving it's like leading by example. You have this idea and you want to do it, and you want it to be more comfortable. You give that reins to a woman who has what you want to teach, and who has the ability to do that, and you give her the platform to do it. Because what a lot of men don't understand is that when you step in and you do it, you're taking that platform from a woman when it's a woman problem.
Right.
And I applaud men in this industry who stick up for us and who do all of the things they do. But at the end of the day, to fix this problem, we just need more strong women in gaming. We need their names out there. We need them to be leaders. We need those women who have strong tenacity to deal with this, to be leading the way, because we need more women to look up to that way.
Right.
Like we need more girls who are like, no, I don't care that I'm a woman. I can do this.
Right.
I don't care what they say. I'm going to keep doing it. More, if we want women to be able to help this problem and to be able to overcome it, then we just need to see more representation of that kind of a woman. So if that's the goal you want, is to give women a way to like learn this tenacity and to learn what it takes to make it as a woman in gaming, then they need to see a woman in gaming doing it.
Okay. Easy enough. Okay, cool. So I just got to find another woman. Easy enough. Cool. So then another thing I want to touch on is female rosters in competitive gaming. The last all-female roster that I know of, well, not the last. The last one that we have seen is still current, and that's in Valorant. But the one beforehand that was an all-female roster was in League of Legends. Now, unfortunately, it was very, very poorly handled because the female roster did not acquire top-tier talent. They really just went for whatever, right? Because even when that team was out, like, I played with women that were significantly better than that roster. Right, from my local high school as a child, like that were better than that roster, right? So that left a poor taste in that community's mouth in a lot of esports with female gamers, because all the esports leagues right now are technically co-ed legally. There is nothing in any sort of contract that says that they have to be male oriented, which is why it's huge that Cloud9 brought in an all-female roster for Valorant, and they've actually been doing really well. Now, my question to you is, do you think that it would be more beneficial for me to not require, but encourage making the teams co-ed rather than segregating them and having all-female rosters and all-male rosters?
Yes.
How do you think I can encourage women to either find their friends that are also men to play with, or to take risks on people that I trust that are a part of the community to play with and start competing with?
So are you talking, so let's do this. Are we talking esports level or just like small Discord level?
Amateur level.
Like amateur level. I feel like more. What sucks at the amateur level, I do feel like those segregated lobbies actually do help us. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna. I would have disagreed with you up until 2 weeks ago, but I played in a female only lobby tournament for the first time.
Okay.
And the competitiveness was still there, but it was a different environment. It felt very different. It was women. It was a man who owned the Discord server, but he assigned a woman to be the face and the head of she was running the tournament. The tournament was hers. It was just happening on his platform because he had a Discord that ran tournaments already. He ran tournaments every week. He does it all the time. It's like what he does. And he had the idea of doing a female only Discord tournament, and instead of him making it his, he actually found a woman that he really admired and looked up to in the gaming industry who is a streamer, and he said, would you be willing to go partner with me on this, and you kind of be the face and like the getting people involved, and I will just give you the space to do it. And she agreed, and it was awesome. It was amazing. I was able to play with girls, and I was in a voice chat with the girl I was going head to head with, and we were kind. We had fun. It was a woman who came in and jumped in and was like, you guys are doing great. Like, let me know if you need anything. In the small levels like this, I feel like right now those are helping because it was the first time I felt comfortable playing in a tournament by myself.
Right.
As just me, as a solo tournament. Otherwise, I would have played with my guy friends in the tournament because it's nerve-wracking being the only female. It's nerve-wracking being the only woman there.
So
and
then
we need those little things to help build the confidence up right now. We're not at the point yet where it's not obvious that guys are better at the game right now. And that's what sucks. We need girls to we need the space to right now build up our confidence in gaming to feel like we belong, because I'm hoping that one day it'll be that there aren't gamer girls. There's just gamers.
Right.
And it's as normal for a girl to win an esport game as a dude, and that her success won't be credited or discredited because she's a woman. Nobody will even blink an eye at that she's a woman, that nobody will talk about her being a woman. It'll just be that, holy shit, she's talented and she won. And we're not there yet, because even in these big tournaments in esports, you see
we're not seeing it. We're not seeing the
we're
representation.
not seeing it. Even when women succeed, we're being told that our success is because we're a woman. And when we lose, we're being told that it's because we don't belong here because we're a woman. So there's almost no winning yet.
Right.
The climate of the entire thing hasn't changed yet. So at an amateur level, at small little levels, the best way, in my opinion, to do that kind of stuff is to give a woman the platform to be the face. Because the more times we see women in charge and women leading and women succeeding, the more the other women will be able to look up to them. Like right now, if I asked you how many streamers, like big time streamers, you look up to, you would have so many to talk about. But big time streamers that at like their name is known as much as Ninja, it's basically like Pokimane and Valkyrae and maybe a handful of others. There's not a lot of representation and people for us to look up to yet.
Right. Okay. So then when I'm looking for these, this might seem like a dumb question, but I just want to clarify. When looking for these female leaders to lead small teams and to act as figureheads, is looking for the qualifications of these female leaders different than that of a man? Because me personally,
No.
I would say no. Okay, no? Cool.
No,
Okay,
no.
cool.
I'd say you would look for, when you're looking for a female to lead, you're just going to look at any person who should be leading, somebody who's upbeat and can bring positivity and positive reinforcement.
Cool.
Somebody who'll be like, hey, you're doing an awesome job. Also somebody who maybe is confident in who they are. Like a woman who's like, yes, I am a woman and I am in gaming and I am a streamer and I belong here. And so do you. Somebody who can do that and kind of like lead by an example. Right now, we just need more example of positive people pushing other people to be involved, to open the gates, to step aside, to not see gender.
Right.
So I wouldn't say there's anything different that you should look for, like attributes right now.
Okay.
It's basically the same thing that you would want. Who would you want leading, not even just men, but in general, who would you want to be leading, like, let's say, younger gamers?
Right.
Who would you want to see as an example for them? Because people lead by example, and the next generation is going to look at us as that example. We need to fix what we're showing them is normal. Because right now, a lot of people say the COD culture is normal. But if you have more creators who are standing up there saying, no, that's not normal, we're all welcome here. We all belong here. You're doing a great job. You keep trying. Don't give up. Don't listen to the haters. Like that, people need that on both sides, not just women.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks that not a lot of women yet have that confidence to be that way because there's not a lot of women to look up to that way yet.
Right. So with these female leaders, right? Let's say I'm not able to find anybody over the age of like 25 or something like that in my local area, right? Because I'm going to be focusing on the local community primarily, right? Because I'm building a place for us to congregate,
idea.
Right?
You're building a place for people to physically go?
Yes, I'm building a physical location, right? For people to physically show up and play, to practice together, so on and so forth, right?
That's right. I heard that you met with investors for that too.
Yeah. So it's going to be a physical location. So with that, let's say I'm not able to find somebody over the age of 25 that has like a legitimate amount of leadership experience to act as these figureheads. Would it be fair and would it be reasonable for me to act as a mentor for someone who, let's say, just graduated out of high school and be like, hey, let me help you become a stronger leader, right? Because I'm under the impression and the belief that leadership is not leadership practices and skills can be taught and are not gender specific. So would it be fair for me to do that?
Yes, that would be if you are specifically trying to find somebody to help you in your area and you don't have one yet, I would say first off, maybe look around more.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of do more research, see if there's somebody who's almost there, maybe not completely there. Maybe a female who's very confident in herself, who's got some good skills, who already manages a community of people, like maybe runs her own Discord or a streamer in your area.
Or does it for a living.
And see if you can maybe, like, you don't have to give her complete leadership, but maybe make her like one of your right-hand people. Like somebody that, does she know everything? Can she step up and be a leader? Can she run things for you right now? No. But can you help guide her and you guys almost do it together? And just make sure that when she's doing that her voice holds as much weight at the table as anybody else's, because that's going to be the most important part. She doesn't need to be the leader, but if she's there in the room having the conversation, just make sure that her voice isn't smaller because she's a woman.
Right.
Or because there's other gamers here who feel like they're more confident, they're more able to they feel like they belong there more than she does. That's a part of the problem for girls. Just naturally, girls get talked over more often.
Right.
Not a lot of women can stand up and like make space for their voice.
Right.
So if you're having a woman working with you, just make sure you give her the space to have that voice and really do value her opinion. And when she brings things to you, really listen to her.
Right.
Because it is a very different environment, especially when you're going to be hosting a place for people to be in person. It'll be very important for the women who are there to see that there is a woman somewhere along the leadership board. Does she have to be at the top? No, but there just needs to be somebody up there that they would feel comfortable going to, especially with their problems, because I run a Discord community. It's so much fun. It is a lot of work. You want to have a place where every dynamic and demographic you're reaching out to has a person that they can connect to, they trust, that they could talk to about problems. Because what you don't want to have is, let's say you're the owner of this establishment, and then you have 3 managers and all of them are men. Naturally, the women who are having problems who are there probably will tend to not go to the men until it is a heavy situation. They feel like they have no other choice. Whereas if there was a woman there that they look up to, that is just as headstrong and confident in herself as the guys are,
Mhm.
they would be able to go to her with the specific problems that they are having. And I hate saying it because it's part of the problem we have where it's different being genders, but genders are different.
Yes.
And the representation, just having her there will help make women more comfortable being there.
Okay, so with that, because that's gonna be an issue, obviously, because like my two investors are both men, right? But they're not gonna be involved with the business. I do have a business partner. He was a buddy of mine that I worked with in a different sales job, right? And he was also super passionate about gaming. But I'm gonna be the figurehead of the brand, right?
Okay.
So with that, I don't have the money to bring on another employee.
No, that's
right.
Okay.
So
what can you do in the meantime?
Well, not so much that. More, is there a way in which I can build trust with women in the gaming space, so then if they do have an issue, they're at least willing to bring it up, whether or not I have the solution? Like, because even just talking about the problem could allow the conversation for a solution. Could I build that trust?
This.
Okay.
Yeah, just like this. Building trust comes with conversations and recognizing the pain. It's almost like if somebody hurts you and you tell them that, hey, you hurt my feelings, and they immediately come back with, well, it's your fault for getting your feelings hurt. I didn't say anything wrong. That breaks down trust.
Right.
But the more and more over time that you can make women feel comfortable being there, ways that you can do that is when you see toxic behavior from men towards women, even if it seems small, step up and say something in the moment to that'll immediately build trust. There are a few content creators on like Twitch talk that I trust strictly because I have seen them over and over and over again in the smallest scenarios be like, hey, don't do that. Don't treat her like that. Just don't bring that energy here. Other ways that you can build that is giving them a space in your area, because this is going to be smaller, it's going to be local, you don't have a woman on leadership. Maybe having like not an event that's only for women but caters more towards women would be awesome.
Okay.
Also, word of mouth is so important. If you have like one girl come in and she has a very bad experience, the gaming community already is small, but the gamer girl community is even smaller. We all talk. We all look out for each other. We kind of have gone into this environment having to do that because we are the minority in this specific industry in gaming, and we deal with a lot of hate, and therefore women in this industry just tend to trust other women in this industry a little bit more, just because it's sad that it is that way, but it tends to be that way. What I've been through, so you can relate to it. So if a girl comes in and she sees you be like let's say somebody's like, you dumb whore, while they're playing a game, you can be like, hey, we don't use that language towards her, please. Even something as small as that would build immediate trust, and like, okay, the people who are the leadership here will not tolerate that toxicity towards me, period. That immediately would help build a trust with the females that you will create a safe space for them. And even if there are guys, safe spaces in gaming don't have to be only for women. It's just a place where everybody is like-minded, that we're going to treat each other like humans and be kind to one another regardless of gender.
Right. On that, with the safe space, I wanted to talk about your community. I was talking about it with one of my business partners, how if you can build a brand or a community that can remove itself from identity politics entirely, you've won, right?
Yep.
What is the biggest struggle that you've come across when trying to build a community that removes itself from identity politics?
So do you mean politics, or like...
So with
I have a community for guys and girls, and it's not like nobody even thinks about whether you're a guy or a girl in my community. Like that?
Yeah, because so what identity politics is it expands outside of politics, whether like Republican or Democratic, right? It expands with like I'm a Converse guy, like console wars. Console wars is a beautiful example. That is identity politics in the gaming culture, where one group sees themselves.
They're better.
well, not even just better, but different.
like-
and
Yeah.
that small difference, they grab onto that as part of their core identity, when realistically that isn't part of their core identity. Their core identity is that they love games, right?
Yeah.
But they grabbed onto
And
the
that-
wrong part, and it becomes divisive.
So the
How-
way
Go ahead.
I will say I will toot my own horn in the fact that I love the community that has built itself around me. I don't like to say that I built it
Mhm.
because I kind of just put myself, my face is the one that's live. My face is the one that's on the TikToks and on the Twitter posts. But the community that's behind me almost built itself in the manner of you've just find like-minded people who share the same belief. And I have always just made it very, 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 very clear that I don't see people for stereotypes. I see people as people.
Mhm.
I see games as games. I remind everybody, a big thing that you can do to help build that is to remind everybody the things that they do have in common. So like in my community, we are all just very kind people. We just want friends to game with. That
Mhm.
was like, we all had the same goal. And I just touched into that goal and just reiterated it over and over and over again, that we are a community just for people who want to have fun in game. Um, and what I've done is just when I see something that doesn't align with that big goal, then that's my goal, is to find like-minded people who just want to have fun in game together. When there would be people who didn't reflect that, I would handle it very quickly.
Okay.
I've literally had people tell me I take my community too seriously for how small I am. And in my opinion, you cannot do that. You can't take your space seriously enough because
No, it's your space.
it's my space. And the people who love this space are counting on me as the leader of this space to keep it this way. And if I start letting little things slide, those people don't feel safe anymore and they leave. That's how it works.
Okay.
So if you can keep that, so whenever I make a decision, especially based off of these kinds of things, because I don't allow any of that. I also don't allow politics or religion talk in
Mhm.
my community. And that is strictly just because I, as a person, don't believe on focusing on the things that make us different
Mhm.
and focusing on the things that make us the same. And if you can just keep focusing on that and have everybody else kind of turn their attention towards that, and we don't give our attention to the differences, then it's a lot easier for us to all get along if we're not constantly talking about how we're different.
Right.
Giving that, it's that safe space that's been built where the men and the women in my community all see each other as people. We don't see the gender.
Right.
And I have always made that very clear. Like, I don't want this to be a place specifically for women. I don't want this to be a space specifically for men. I want this to be a space for people who want friends and have fun with games. We're not a competitive place. Like, there's places on the internet for those other things. There's places on the internet for women-only communities. There's places for competitive communities. Mine is not the space for that. So every decision I make, everything I do, I will always just say, how does this roll around back to my main goal? And that main goal is, does this make us a better community that's more inclusive and like all of us together?
Mhm.
And if there's one little ugly duck in that that's just not getting it, then this just, in my opinion, it doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that my community is not the community for you.
Right.
And you should keep looking for yours, because if just because mine is not, doesn't mean that there's not one out there for you. But the things that I will not put up with in my community, maybe somebody else will in theirs.
Gotcha.
I just don't. I'm very protective.
Right. Naturally, as you should be. It's your house. Okay. Okay. Cool.
I'd say, what is the end goal when you're opening this gaming lounge for people? What is your goal for women in that lounge?
I want this to be the Olympics of gaming, right? You're probably old enough to remember that the Olympics used to be a place where amateur athletes would be on the come up and they'd play in the Olympics and then get picked from there.
Yeah.
That's what I want this to be. I want to grab the esports industry by the balls at the amateur level and then slowly turn this into an agency in which I can feed organizations top tier talent and businesses top tier talent in regards to affiliate marketing, right?
Okay.
That's what I'm just trying to be the Olympics. So it's not necessarily gender specific, right? Because that'll apply to both men and women. Because they're both on the come up, right? There's talent
You
everywhere.
just want to make sure, you want to know how you can bring women into it and make them feel safe enough.
I want to make sure that I can give them the opportunity to compete in those Olympics, right?
So
because obviously
that
as a
is
guy, I know how I'm going to get the guys to compete in the Olympics. Like easy. Are you kidding me? I can make 10 ads right now and guarantee like 500 people show up at the door opening day. But women, that's a demographic that I, again, can't relate to. I have testicles. I'm sorry. I just can't, right? I don't know how to build an ad to
I'd
do
say
that.
when you're starting out, women only events will help a lot.
Oh, 100%.
It'll be a way to get them in the door, and then when you get them in the door, how you make them feel is going to be the most important part.
Yep.
And once they've participated, let's say, like for me, once I had participated in this women only tournament and I met the people running the tournament and I got more comfortable, I will now be back for another tournament. It's really going to be that word of mouth, that giving incentive for the girls to come, and when they are there, making sure they feel very normal there. Like,
yeah.
Making them feel like, oh, don't make them feel like the poster child. Don't make them feel like, oh, we need women here, so I'm trying to get you here. Make it be like, no, we want representation here. Come here. I'm going to treat you like you're the most famous streamer I've ever met, regardless of your gender or who you are as a person. I'm going to be like, it's so great to meet you. Like, what brought you here? Like, why are you playing in the tournament? We're really excited to have you. Like, where do you think you'll rank? Like, just treating them and talking to them like they are a normal person who should belong there, who has just as good of a chance at winning as a dude does, will make the world of difference for bringing women in.
Yeah.
And then keeping them there is going to be making sure that the space always stays that way, that they're never getting hate for being a woman, that there's never any even playful banter talk of, oh, well, she only won because she's a girl. Even if it's playful, it resonates.
Right.
It resonates.
Yeah, that's going to be my biggest challenge, is just making sure they stay. Because bringing them in, that's not going to be the hard part. Heck, I'll bribe them, right?
Yeah.
I'll just make the tournament winnings big enough.
Yeah.
It's the retention that I'm more worried about, because, again, if I want to be the Olympics, I got to make sure I retain both demographics.
Yep.
Or else I'm not the Olympics.
And sometimes it's even in the Olympics, sports are switched by gender. Sometimes that's okay. Having like what you could do is have a qualifying tournament, women versus women, men versus men for the qualifying tournaments, and then that leads to the main card. And the main card is anybody can get to the main card, no matter what gender you are. It's guys versus girls. But to get to that main card, you only faced girls. Like, there's lots of different ways to do it to where girls can feel more comfortable in what they're doing.
Right. For sure. I'm looking at the notes that I've gotten, and I don't think... Pretty sure we've answered almost everything that you mentioned at the beginning. And I'm kind of thrilled.
The nice thing is the best part for as a woman in gaming that I'm seeing is that a lot more men are getting involved in the conversation. And
yeah,
I know that some people don't. It's a touchy subject for some girls. Some girls are upset that guys are trying to take over the conversation. I don't see it that way. I kind of see that you guys, the more people who are denormalizing this stereotype, the better it will be. And the more people who just start treating both sides like it's normal and being like, yo, dude, if you're gonna insult her, at least insult her for something like clever. Don't just it's so easy to hate on a woman for being a woman. Like, at least get creative. Like,
right.
Insult my skills in the game, but at least then, like, dang, you have right to insult me. I'm not good at the game.
Yeah.
But don't blame that on me being a woman. It's just like when people teach you, don't point something out that somebody can't fix in like 10 seconds. Like, if somebody has something in their teeth, hey, you have something in your teeth, they can fix that. You don't say, hey, you're 15 pounds overweight. They can't fix that in 10 seconds.
Right.
You just don't say things targeting women for being a woman.
Right.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just treating, if a woman sees you treating her exactly the same way you would treat a dude, that's tenfold. I have more respect for those guys than the guys who try to like almost suck her up and be like, I'm not one of those guys. Like, I know how hard it is to be a woman in gaming. And it's like, well, A, I don't think you do. And B, just talk to me like you would talk to me if I was a dude playing this game with you right now.
Right.
Like, just treat me like a normal person. Just like make me feel like I belong here, like I'm having a good time, we're playing together, it's not weird, just like that.
Yeah. Actually, one thing that I wanted to talk about and totally forgot was shoutcasting. You know what shoutcasting is, right?
Nope.
So shoutcasting is the people who are announcing the games in professional esports, right? And we're seeing a lot more analysts and shoutcasters being brought in on those professional tournaments, right? To announce the games, talk about the analytics in between matches. Would it be fair, or would it be too glaringly obvious if I mandated that I had both one of each gender shoutcast each tournament I host?
I wouldn't say making it every single tournament it has to be that way.
Okay.
I would just say behind the scenes, as the person putting them together, just try to make it that way.
Okay.
Don't make it a requirement. That kind of seems like it's trying too hard.
Okay.
It's kind of like you, as the person who's in control of this, give the woman the platform. That's all you have to do.
Right.
Give a woman the platform. So if you're going to be hosting a tournament and you only ask 10 guys and all of them can't, and then you ask a woman, that's not giving the platform to a woman. But if you go, hey, I think you're an amazing creator, and I think that you would be awesome to do this, and it has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman, that is 1,000 times more like gratifying for us than, oh, I have to have a woman here, so I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Like I have to have a woman at this table, so I thought of you. Versus your content's so good and you're so great at this, I would love to have you on my team helping me out.
All right.
If somebody knew that they were just filling a spot, it's almost like that poster child thing again. Like, oh, to look good and for your tournament to be woke, you need a woman here, so you asked me. Like, thinking of it that way, it discredits the fact that you have a girl there in that platform.
Okay. Cool. Easy enough. Thank you so much for all this information. I'm really excited about it.
Of course. Yeah, and if as you're going, if you ever have like issues that do come up and you just want extra like a woman's opinion on it, like I'm always available. Cool.
I'm definitely going to be having a follow-up interview with you. I'm trying to see if I can get a way to get that ginger girl on as well, because I would greatly value her opinion, and if I could get both of you guys on at the same talk, that would be actually freaking awesome.
If I even meet her, that's a John conversation.
I think I can do it. I got enough sales experience to do it.
If you get me meeting Loza,
It'll happen. So
yeah, she's one of those ones that I hope just ups and comes and takes off and is as big as Valkyrie, because she's a really awesome one for women to look up to in gaming. I look up to her a lot.
Yeah, I actually don't know
more women like that in gaming.
To be completely honest, I don't know any other streamers other than Shroud and John. I actually never spent any time on Twitch until John started streaming. So I've never watched anybody other than John and, you know, our friend group like yourself, Peanut, Smooch.
People that came in with John.
Yeah. So that's all I watch. So I'll have to watch Valkyrie and eventually develop my own 2 cents on her.
Those creators are like ninja level. Like Valkyrie's got like 1.2 million on Twitter. She's famous. She's in commercials now. She's literally in the Call of Duty's new commercial.
Ooh, like, that's big. That's big.
It's that kind of representation now starting to happen, and she's a woman, and like you see her on a COD commercial. Like I don't think guys sometimes realize how much that means to girls, especially women who like came up from not nothing, but like when I was in high school, there was like no women I didn't even know another girl who played video games, let alone a famous one. Like a lot has changed in 5 years, and I hope a lot will change in another 5.
Oh, we're gonna see huge shifts in 5 years, dramatic shifts. Whether they're good or bad shifts, I don't know, but we're gonna see huge shifts. The internet doesn't allow anybody to be quiet and for change not to happen. The internet's insane. Internet slept on in regards to how much change it can accomplish, and it's gonna be incredible. I'm excited about it.
Well, it was really awesome talking to you, Cole. I wish you a bunch of luck with this. It's gonna be awesome. If you can pull it off, it sounds like a great idea.
I'm betting I'll pull it off. I'm really betting that I can.
Hey, if you work hard enough, you can pull off anything.
This is true. This is true. Alrighty. Actually, before you leave, please plug yourself so everybody knows where to find you.
Let's see. Let me pull up my. I should have had this on hand. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, good. I'm pulling up your Twitch right now so I can throw it on the description of the VOD, so it's there. Twitch.tv.
Here we go. This is my beacons link. It'll literally take you guys to literally anything.
Oh, sweet. I'll just throw that in the description.
Did it? Let's see. Oh, hold on. Here we go. That was not the right one. This is the right one, though. I don't think it'll let me plug it in.
Oh, into the YouTube chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it won't. I don't know how to turn off that auto mod feature. Just shoot it to me in Discord, and I'll throw it in the description. And I think I can also post it in the chat. Sweet. Cool. Cool.
All right, sweet. Well, it was good talking to you, Cole.
It was a great talk. I'm super excited about the information I now have, and hopefully,
me too.
Hopefully, I can do well with it. I really hope I can do well with it.
The fact that you're willing to listen and start the conversation is huge in and of itself. So great. It's great.
Thanks. I guess I'm still just a dude. Any dude could do this. Any dude can listen.
Yeah, but not every dude does.
This is true. This is true. This is
Well, it was fun talking.
It was a great time.
So you can play your games. Bye, chat. Everybody have a good night.
Alrighty. Thank you again for all the fantastic
Of
information.
All right. Bye-bye.
Ciao. That was fucking awesome. I am not at all mad about any of that information. There's her page, guys. I'm also throwing it in the description. Meeting with Woken on the issues of women in gaming culture. If you'd like to support Woken, here is a link to all of her content and Discord. Cool. I'm super hyped on how this stream turned out, not gonna lie. This was hella good. Did you guys find this information helpful? Yo, what's up, Cole? How goes it, my dude? Hopefully you caught some of that interview, because that was a fucking great ass interview. I'm hella hyped on what we just got done. I'm fucking stoked. So, and I'm gonna be wrapping up stream on that note as well. But Cole, thanks for stopping by anyways. Super do appreciate it. Oh, you didn't? Dude, I really recommend that you go back in the VOD all the way up to about like an hour and a half back. Watch the VOD. Hella good shit. Hella good stuff was talked about today. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you guys for listening to what Woken had to say. And again, please definitely check out all of her goodies. Her link to her beacon page is in the description. But yeah, stay safe out there, guys. And again, thank you for all the support you guys give. I'm really excited to see where this gaming lounge goes. Alrighty, ciao.